What is a skeleton's favorite snack? Go on, guess.
It's spare ribs.
Ribs! Spare ribs!
Did I ruin it because I know the stupid dad joke? Today we're gonna make ribs. We're gonna make ribs. We're not gonna smoke them. Please, if you're a pit master, don't go crazy on the channel. Obviously, these come out better, much better if you can smoke them, finish them up on the grill. We're gonna do the whole thing in the oven as if we didn't have a smoker, because we don't, or access to a grill. All right, so we're gonna do that. It's not gonna come out as good as it would be if it was in a smoker, but the same recipe works in a smoker. If you have a smoker and a grill or whatever, you can definitely try it. It comes out fantastic because I've made this recipe for, well, I don't know, 20 years or so, you know, way back when we did have a smoker, but it works good in the oven. So if you don't have access, we're gonna do this right in the oven. We're gonna finish it under the broiler just like we would on a grill top. And then, you know, let's get to it. First things first, you wanna get all your ingredients together, and there's some prep that has to be done here. First thing I'm going to do is preheat the oven to 325 degrees. We're going to cook this for about 2.5 hours. So however you want to plan this, it's probably going to take about 3 hours total. The first thing we want to do is I have a cookie sheet here that I just lined with foil just to make it easier to clean when we're done. And I also created two separate foil pouches here that we're going to put our ribs in. We're actually going to braise them, right? We're going to braise the ribs in there, and then we're going to finish them under the broiler, get like a little crust on it. First thing we have to do is remove the membrane, and we're gonna go to the shorter end of the ribs where they're a little bit more curved, and we're gonna use a butter knife so we don't stab ourselves. And we're gonna go probably 2 to 3 ribs in and just kind of scrape against that bone, right? And then you're going to get your fingers underneath and pull this membrane off, right? You wanna take that whole thing off and try not to splatter it everywhere. We'll get that in the trash later. Same thing on this side, so this side's opposite, right? We just want, it's probably better visual here, but it's more difficult for me to do it this way. You wanna get the butter knife underneath. Butter knife doesn't really cut the membrane, so it helps to keep it intact. And then we just wanna peel that off. Make sure we get that whole membrane off, right? We're just gonna throw that away. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna mix up our spices here, right? So what I have here is our liquid spices, all right? So I've got 1 cup of water, a 1/4 cup of honey, 1/4 cup of molasses, 1 teaspoon of liquid smoke. We're not gonna smoke it, so we need some smoke flavor. And I have 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire in here. We're gonna mix that up. And we're going to pour this over the ribs, and we're also going to use it as our braising liquid too, right? So you can see it's a little bit thin, but it's going to help our dry seasoning stick better. In here is our dry spices. So I've got a tablespoon of garlic powder, tablespoon of paprika, tablespoon of smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon of dried mustard, 1 tablespoon of onion powder. I have a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of cumin, and a teaspoon of salt. All right, so we're gonna mix all this stuff together, all right, all those dry ingredients together, and then we're going to add, and this is where it gets a little crazy now, I'm gonna add the zest of 1 lemon and the zest of 1 orange. This is where everybody goes, what? Believe me, trust me, it's delicious. Adds just a little bit of tang to that seasoning mix, and that's exactly what we want. So all our dried spices are mixed together. Now I've got 2 pouches here, and I kind of want to do them in each pouch, right? So I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to open up the other one. Now essentially all I did is I took 2 strips of aluminum foil and I sealed them up together tight. So now I have 2 separate rib pouches. And we're going to start with the bottom side. I'm going to fold this down so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. We're going to start with the bottom. I'm going to take a little bit of that braising liquid, and we're just going to gently pour that over the bottom of the ribs. All right. just a little bit. We just need a little. We don't want so much that it's gonna get all clumpy. And then we're gonna take this dry rub and we're just gonna sprinkle that on both sides. Get that in there, just a little bit, and then we're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. Flip those over, flip that one over, and because it was sitting in that liquid, I'm not gonna add any more liquid right now, right? I'm just gonna take this dry rub and I'm just gonna add it to the top. And it's fine if you spill it in the pouch, it's just gonna add more flavor to the seasoning. All right, we just wanna make sure that we have enough over the top here. And then we're just gonna make sure it's completely covered with seasoning. Probably could have used a little bit more on these. I got meat juice on the other towel. All right, so now here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take these pouches and we're gonna seal them up. I just wanna get it reasonably to the center here, right? That's fine, that'll be my dirty towel. I'll take this, seal it up. I'm not worried too much, but I just wanna fold these over into pouches, and I'm gonna take one side and seal it up nice and tight. I don't really want the foil touching the top, but it's okay if it does, it's not gonna stick. All right, we just leave one side open. Same thing with the other. You just wanna be careful that the rib bones don't puncture that pouch. Essentially what we wanna do is we wanna keep as much liquid and steam inside this as possible. We're gonna seal up one side, leave the other side open. Just make sure these are relatively evenly placed. You don't really want them touching, but it's not a big deal. All right, so we're gonna take the rest of this liquid and we're gonna put it inside those pouches. Hopefully not all of it spills out, and we'll steam these up. And I'm not pouring it on the rib, I'm just pouring it to the, just at the end on the bottom. And then we're gonna seal this up. We're gonna put it in the oven. We're gonna bake it in the oven at 325 for 2.5 hours, roughly 2.5 hours, depending on your oven. Some ovens are a little bit higher than others. You just wanna check it. You wanna make sure that meat's pulling away from the bone, and that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna put that in the oven. Got a real leak. All right, we'll be back in 2.5 hours. Check on it. All right, we're almost ready to, oh, I feel like the clap means start. We're almost ready to put these, get these ribs completed. Next thing we have to do is we are gonna take them out of our little pouches here. We're gonna put them under the broiler. I'm gonna put barbecue sauce on one, and then I'm just gonna put a little honey and brown sugar on the other. You can definitely add whatever you want or add nothing at all. They're perfect just the way they are. Use some hot honey and whatever. This is the most difficult part, I think, because first off, we wanna check them to make sure that they're already done. I know that because I kind of cheated a little bit and already checked. But you also want to pull this foil apart very carefully because all that steam's going to come out, and if you don't do it carefully, you're going to burn yourself, right? So we want to make sure that we're pulling this out very slowly, and because I already checked these, I could just easily cut it open. But if you're not sure that they're done and you cut it open, you've ruined your foil. All right, so just want to pull these apart nice and easy. You can see all that steam coming out. I don't know if you can see that on camera. Can you see? Can you see? It's steamy. All right, we just want to pull this from the sides here, all right? Aluminum foil doesn't really conduct heat well, so even though it's a little hot to the touch, it's not super hot. I'm just worried about that steam. What we're looking for here, we're looking for the bone to be pulling away from, the meat to be pulling away from the bone here. That's really what we're looking for. Oh, the sauce is leaking everywhere. Put these on this plate for now because I want to get this other one out. So we're gonna put those right there for now. We wanna get rid of all of this, right? So we got a hot pan, hot juice and everything, but I wanna use this pan back in the broiler. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take this whole mess, and I'm just gonna put it all in my sink for right now. Now again, because it makes my pan just a little bit easier to clean, we're going to transfer these back over here. That's exactly what we want, folks. All right, so for this one here, I'm gonna add a little barbecue sauce. You can add any kind of barbecue sauce you like. We're gonna put these in the broiler. We're gonna need a nice crust on the top. So we do want a little bit of a char. And then for this other one, we're gonna add a little bit of honey. This bread's better than barbecue. We're gonna add a little brown sugar to the top of that and some kosher salt. A little bit of brown sugar for the top. Good caramelization. And then just a tiny bit of kosher salt on top. All right, so now we're gonna take this, put it back in the oven. This time we're gonna put it under the broiler. We're not gonna put it directly into the broiler because I don't want everything to get burned, but we are gonna put it sort of high-ish so that we can give it a nice crust. And that is gonna be about 10 minutes and then we'll be back. Pull these apart, look at that. Delicious. All right, we got our two different toppings here. This one here is just the honey and the brown sugar, which gives you a nice dry, crusty top. Barbecue sauce. Definitely caramelizes. Use your favorite barbecue sauce. You can use some hot honey on top too, depending on if you like spicy or not. But there we have it. So we've got our ribs completely made in the oven. Our corn casserole, if you haven't seen that video, I'm not sure what comes out first, but the corn casserole, check out the corn casserole. Super easy recipe. We've got the barbecue beans. We also have a video out for the barbecue beans. Is the barbecue beans coming out first or not? I don't know when these things are coming out. Barbecue baked beans that we made, as well as the ribs and the corn. I'm sorry, I'm giddy because this food is in front of me right now. It smells so good. All right, be sure to check out our other videos. Be sure to check out the other videos. Like and subscribe. Click that bell at the bottom so you get the alerts. Did I get everything? All right. That's terrible.